Hello. I'm going to wait for I'm gonna wait for the stream to really get up and start. It just occurred to me that there should probably be an actual Colossal Clash YouTube channel. We're not gonna bother with that though. Don't worry about that. It's fine. I might make that later. Any hoozle. That thing, I'm gonna do the whole.
My name is Hoholio.
Hoholio. Let me.
Hoholio, my name is Olio Chizo.
Yep, that's me. Man, we really don't have.
Don't pronounce my name right.
We don't have an actual dev stream channel, do we? I'll just put this in uploads in my server or something, I guess. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? Usually I don't ping for these. Do I ping for this? Hello, Burb. Hello, Sol Blocks. Hello, Gaspar. Hey guys, it's me, totally casual player. As you might be able to see, there are other people in VC with me today. It has occurred to me that I have not introduced the other developers of Le Game who is DMing me during this. Why is Burb DMing me during a freaking dev stream? Why is he asking to join the call during a dev stream? Damn it, Burb, I'm calling you out. You're not that important.
That's hurtful, man.
We have with us today, I'm gonna go, we'll start with Turb. A lot of you guys probably know Turb. Turb is our trial developer. Turb is doing he's our concept artist and official artist for the game, and is currently our scripter. We have Poke in here as well, who doesn't talk. Poke is our music guy. We have Malik here, which is our animator and map maker, and among other things probably. And then me, who is everything for the game. You guys know who I am. Me, like, the owner, big boss, whatever. I don't know. Who's this guy? Get out of my house. Yep, that's me. Please never call me that again. I'm gonna be honest. Just, I don't really have anything particularly planned. Just like always, I will be taking any question at all. And it just occurred to me that I probably should put this as an upload ping in my server. It's already starting out great, guys. So I'll do... I have not pinged for uploads in a very long time. When was the last time? Over a month ago. That's crazy. So yes, I'll be taking questions and whatnot. All of the developers actually will. And I'm going to start out... Obviously, we have Dune Mall. I did finish the model, mostly. I'm going to try to optimize it, I think, during this stream. I just don't know how I'm going to do that.
You gotta get it done, man.
But we have the model more or less done. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. I did the teeth. The teeth are... They're fine. I don't hate them. They're alright.
The teeth.
The only thing that I'm really kind of concerned about is the skull, because the skull has too many triangles for it to be exported. But everything else, I mean, I think it looks alright. But yeah. That in the topology, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, maybe. That won't be today.
Mathematical faces.
Is that a fish? It's Dune Mall. No, it's a demon from hell from the Bible. So yeah. I don't know what to start. Chat, what do I start with? By chat, I mean developers. Fellow superior people. What do I start with?
Something.
Thanks, Mo. Poke, you're smart. You're the only one who's not brain dead. Give me something, man. Teeth look small. Your teeth look small, douchebag. Now I'm self-conscious about the size of his teeth.
Make 'em bigger.
Make 'em bigger.
Boo-boo.
Bigger. I do think I should probably change this a little bit, man. Okay. Here, I'm gonna sculpt that. That's what I'll do while I wait. This needs to go. I need the grab tool. Isn't this exciting, chat?
No.
Shut up. I could start with the floor design. I could do the floor
I love
concept.
sculpting face rocks. I love face rocks.
I do kind of want to
So much of-
start with fangy teeth. Let me be a dev. I don't even have a PC. No. I think the fish
Okay,
would have
so-
razor cut.
Please, Peter, I need this.
Please, cheese, I need this.
My
I don't
P-
have a
My
PC.
mom's kind of
My PC kind of homeless, yeah.
My PC kind of not exist.
My PC kind of not born yet, bro. Is Doonmall skinny?
Factory made yet?
My PC is kind of not factory made.
Why are we going Jamaican, man?
Some guy in the Giga Chat voice channel.
Who is it?
Riker.
Is it
We
Ethan?
do not care.
Riker.
It's Ethan. What is Ethan? You know what? Yeah, Ethan comes in here now. Someone move Ethan in here. How do I do this?
Oh.
Guys, I'm old. Someone, please. Please. Maul, please.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Hey,
Move
Ricardo,
to
sorry.
Dev VC. Hello, Ethan. Welcome to a dev stream that you have no business being in, but you're here anyway.
Good morning.
I won't tell you good morning. Screw you.
I was about to say, didn't you say?
Oh, yeah. Ethan's our tester, by the way. He's one of
Yeah.
our testers. So, you know, Ethan moment.
I mean,
Ethan,
I
what are we
guess not-
starting with?
Starting with what?
I don't know. I'm probably going to be leaking
Awesome.
pretty much. I kind of just started screaming. I kind of started streaming.
You
Um,
started screaming.
yeah.
into their head.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the people that I work with.
Well, the game's gonna be shit.
Should I give him an Adam's apple?
That'd be funny.
Puberty. Pube mall. Actually, no. I probably shouldn't make pube mall. Probably shouldn't make pube mall.
I want to make that one.
Give him a
I don't
giant.
I don't think that one needs to be made.
Give him a giant schlong and name him Dune Ball.
Dune balls.
Like the thing that I sent Maul the other day.
What the fuck was? What are you talking about?
You don't remember the pic? Damn it!
What have you been talking about before I got here?
Literally freaking nothing. Which is
Awesome. So you've just been in dead silence?
well, no, none of it's been important.
None of it. Yeah, none of it's been like really game
I think
talk.
it's just a
kinda
case
fun.
of.
Yeah, that's what we're
It's
trying to
a case
figure out, and no one's helping me out here.
Well,
I'm taking questions. I'm gonna leak some stuff. I wanted to start with the song that Platty makes, but that like the song that I made for Platty rather, but that feel kind of cringe. I might do that while I wait for people to think of things. Yeah, check out my beat, gamer. I might do that.
Check out my beat or I'm slapping.
You know what? That's what we're starting with. I'm gonna deafen. You guys think of something. The stream's going great, guys. The stream's going wonderful. Let me make sure. Is this good as far as audio goes? I'll turn this up. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna just turn up my volume on this stream. Real quick, I'm gonna test this. Is this good as far as audio goes? I'll turn this up. Alright, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, sweet. Chad, are you ready? This is so Poke is our music guy, but this is something that I made. because Platty's my baby. So we're just gonna listen to it. I'm gonna mute, I think, and I'm just gonna let you guys kind of listen. Hello? Hello, am I back? Hello? Yes, so that is the song for Platy, and I do very much like it. Let's undeafen to talk to the other nerds.
Yeah.
I am back. Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hello.
You suck.
Stop that word. I feel like we're gonna do that. Loadouts. No. I think he just did Guile. Yeah, I think loadouts might be a good place to go. Let's go loadouts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about Gaia's before before that we were talking about what lore or what kaiju's lore was actually finished.
Yeah, the new ones.
we could
So I've done Igoricons. I only really want to talk about the new ones.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
The loadouts.
We're gonna bring up. I'm actually gonna open a notes document so I don't leak everything. Let me do that real quick.
Leaking.
Notepad. Because there are supposed to be leaks, but
Not just straight up, hey, guess what? Everything.
don't save. I do need to keep that in my notes. Let me
Need my water again.
copy text. What the hell did you drink? Like you tried to drink an entire tub of mayonnaise at one time.
That might have happened. We don't know.
Like you took a milkshake
Accidentally
straw
inhaled too
to a
much
freaking Subway restaurant. Just started inhaling all the turkey from the bar.
I'm
Add my
thirsty.
suggestion. No.
Thirsty, thirsty,
Moderate.
thirsty.
Don't. We're not gonna do that. Matarak's another generalist, so I'm gonna.
I feel like we could work
Yeah.
on Kaniku's one because there's a lot of stomping, like
Yeah.
who stamp,
Well, that's kind of the thing.
slamming.
I mean, like, look at it though. Like, what else would it do? I'm totally open to redoing it. Hug, yeah, with the hands that it totally has. All right.
I feel like it could have like I feel like could have. Oh my days! Fucking hell!
You know
Okay,
what?
it could
Okay,
have.
I'm just gonna leak this. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just leak it. It's fine.
Its alt is just another slam. I don't like that. I feel like
It's more than just
Remember
another
that
slam.
concept?
I'll get into it, but it's more than just
Ooh,
another
would its
slam.
ult be like a is it the snake kaiju I was thinking? If
No,
or something? I don't
no,
remember.
it's the deer.
It's the long neck sauropod deer thing.
Kaiju concept.
Mm.
On stream, it's this guy.
The concept.
This is Kaniku. This is the thing that
concept
we're
I
talking
did of it,
about.
had it like
Oh, that thing. Okay, okay.
And that's the deer.
concept
Which
I
You
did of
totally
it, had it
saw
have, like,
because you're
glowing
look
eyes.
because yeah, sure. But that's Koniku.
I mean, it's either I do that because like my phone is currently playing a game, since I got to be on that. So.
But it's
I'll get
ultimately
into
different.
Matarax.
I can.
I
think
yes.
I think this would be a very good combo kaiju, but I don't. It's kind of.
It's meant to
got
be a
very
brawler.
boring brawler. Okay.
It's friggin' huge. They're like
think-
600 feet tall, dude. They're massive. Anywho,
I feel like it'd be cool if it was like a lighthouse. Like
Matarax.
its ultimate could be like its eyes. In the
can't-
concept I did of it, it had its eyes glowing, so maybe like it could
I
blind
can't do
kaiju's.
anything. You can't talk about anything here. Trying so hard to get through the Matarax
Yeah.
loadout. Trying so hard. Alright. Matarax is... I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know Matarax is meant to come out during pre-alpha as well.
Yes.
Passive does 25% damage buff when a kaiju has bleed. It's great because a lot of your attacks will actually do bleed, and that might change. But we don't have a name for that passive. M1's...
I feel like it should have like a sonar.
Well, I
But it's got
actually
a
have...
really big fat noggin.
Yeah,
beluga, so I
there's
think
there's a really fun piece to this kaiju that I'm really excited to get into because it's going to make actually playing this guy really fun.
Yeah, because it's like it's got that hunter passive where it like locks onto something.
So we'll get
Was
into
it
that
or
actually.
something?
Yeah, M1's just a bite, like a ground slam punch kind of thing, and then a swipe. Madarak is the guy with the really long arms that I was making earlier, like a while ago, which I need to change that model. But attack 1 is just a real quick headbutt. That'll do a lot of knockback. Attack 2 is a claw swipe. That's a that's a quick attack with a lot of range. That'll do bleed. Bite
That'd be
tackle
very
thing.
fun to deal with.
That will be Madarak bites onto a kaiju. This will be a block breaker. He'll bite onto a kaiju and push them into the ground and then rip his teeth out of them and just freaking they'll just cut. They're just bleeding forever basically. So they have a lot of bleed stacks. It won't do a lot of damage like the bleed that he does, but they'll be bleeding for a while. Attack 4
like
is
be like Sally's gliding ability, where if you choose to stop gliding, she'll do that really big bite attack that does like 1,000 damage.
Similar,
does,
I
like,
guess,
the bleed?
in practicality of like, yeah, now they're just bleeding, but Madarak is not fast enough to just get away and
it's like,
heal.
Like
really,
at least
fast.
10 seconds of very little bleed damage.
Attack 4
it kind of just stops them from healing.
Attack 4 is another kind of like a ground slam. Think Sorgon's Massive Smash here. A lot of his loadout is meant about getting distance. He will be kind of tanky. He'll be like Dunmal, where he's a generalist, but kind of like a bruiser. But he'll be more of a tanky-ish generalist. The way that you want to play this guy is kind of keep things close, but not within brawling range for most of your stuff. But you will be able to brawl, kind of generally. Attack 4 is going to be like a kind of jumping, like a leap into just a couple seconds of mauling someone. That'll do a lot of bleed. So really simple loadout, which is another reason why he's coming out for pre-alpha. The thing that I'm excited about is the utility, because this is such a fun concept for utility of all it does is it marks a random kaiju as prey. Madarak, his whole thing is like he's one of the hunter kaijus. And we'll get into the skin for Madarak called Hunter Madarak. But what this utility...
Imagine looking onto fucking Floody.
Yeah, well, I don't... That's gonna be hard. So the way that this works is you do not have any control over what kaiju it locks onto. Whenever you lock onto a kaiju, you'll be able to see them through walls, and like they'll be completely highlighted for you. They could be any kaiju on the map. It could be a Dunmal, it could be a Flora. You will lock on. You will see that kaiju. Every kaiju that isn't that one, you will be weaker against. That kaiju that you marked, you will have a damage buff against, and if you kill them, you will get higher rewards. So this is going to be a really fun thing later into the game of like, so
makes
like
makes it seem more like an actual animal. Like it makes it seem like it's a species of kaiju than in like an actual just a kaiju. Like Godzilla, because
that's kind of the point. Is this is a species.
Kind.
Now Hunter Madarak,
like species kaiju.
Don't worry about this. This is outdated.
Hunter
Madarak. Hunter Madarak. These are going to be combined into one passive. Hunter Madarak is, if you guys have ever seen, this is Madarak's max skin, and this guy's going to be super fun to play, actually. His whole thing is, Madarak, I think I said earlier, Madarak is blind. This guy is literally blind in-game. You will, like, have terrible vision with this guy. You'll still be able to see, but it'll be terrible. To combat that,
very
kaijus will leave scent trails that you can see and footprints. Kaijus leave scent trails that fill up an appetite bar when followed, giving buffs for damage and speed at full. So this is literally a thing that is meant to stalk kaijus. It doesn't say in the utility because this loadout's kind of outdated, but this guy has its utility is stalk. That will make the Hunter Madarak crouch down. Depending on the fullness of the appetite bar, that will make you harder to see. If your appetite bar is full, that will make you basically invisible, and you will straight up be stalking kaijus. It's once again, it's a very similar it's a very similar kind of loadout. It is different, but it's a very similar loadout. It's more mobile based. It's more aggressive. But if you're stalking someone, you will fill up your appetite bar faster. You will obviously be invisible. You will be slower, but you will have higher buffs as well. That was the thing that people actually voted for. As for... There was...
Imagine being jumped by a kaiju.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is it's supposed to be really good at getting like the jump on people. I didn't want to go into Totalis's mode though, Totalis Imperatoris. This was one of the things on the poll in teasers. I just decided that I tease everything because I was mad that this won. Pretty much. So we have Totalis Imperatoris. I'm pretty sure I've talked about Totalis. This is the endgame spacer. This guy in lore is basically on par with Flora. Secondary bar Luminosity. As Totalis deals damage, this bar fills. Passive Otherworldly. Totalis cannot land and constantly levitates. He's too big to be grabbed by some kaiju. Flying too high will draw from Luminosity. He has inertia. This is probably not going to be in game. The inertia part. I don't know if I like that. M1's Horn Swing, and then Spinning Horn Slicing. So general, like simple M1s that
Be right back.
Okay, that will like allow you to actually space, because he does have a lot of range. Attack 1 Deity's Fury. Totalis tail whips twice incredibly fast, first to the left then to the right. So he does those forward. So that's a good spacing attack. That'll be really good to start combos. It won't do much damage. Attack 2, Holy Cleaving. Totalis wraps his tail around an enemy and pulls them in as he shreds them with his claws, then tosses them into the air and slices them with his horn. You'll literally friggin' grab someone with your tail, pull them close, shred them with the claws, toss them into the air, and then freaking batter up, hit them with your horn.
Peek.
Attack 3, Photon Blast. Totalis coils up and charges a beam of pure light, then fires it, blinding any kaiju that looks at it. This is like a single shot beam at base. So Totalis he is a spacer. One of his things is blinding kaijus. So, and we'll see that a lot more
I love being
as
blinded.
as we see his loadout. But this is like a single shot railgun where if you get hit by it, you're blind for a couple seconds. Attack 4, Enraged God. Totalis coils up and does a slow backflip, then charges through his coils. This attack impales any kaiju that gets in front of him. He ends the attack by flinging any impaled kaijus into the ground. It's a charge, and I might get rid of this part because that just seems unnecessary, but it would look really friggin' cool. Attack 5, Divine Radiance. Totalis. This is his ult, by the way. All 5th attacks are ults. Totalis begins to encircle an orb of light incredibly fast as it gets brighter and brighter. After several seconds, a pulse of light shines and blinds anyone who looks at it while dealing knockback. It's like, it blinds you if you get hit by it. That's been changed. And that will do decent damage, but I mean, the big thing is it'll have a lot of range and it will blind you for a decent amount of time. Utility Luminous Charge. When used, Totalis' horn glows with energy, and any attack that uses his horn does double damage. Probably not gonna actually do double damage, just a damage buff, and is slightly faster. Draws from Luminosity. When this is active, Totalis glows. If a kaiju looks at him for too long, they will get blinded. Changes 4th attack from a single shot hit scan to an actual beam. So that changes this to a lower damage beam that probably won't stun, but I don't think you'll also be able to block. Like, if he's hitting you with this beam, I don't think you'll be able to block it. But it won't stun you, or it might do some knockback, but I don't think it'll stun you. So that I actually do like that guy. I love the fact that Totalis is just a really big light bulb snake. I also did want to get into Solaris Imperatorus's loadout as well.
I'll boop to the nope road.
He's 3,500 feet long. Okay. Yeah, he's large. I guess a little bit of lore. Solaris Imperatorus, Totalis eats stars. This is Totalis after he's overeaten. I can actually go into the lore real quick. In progress lore. Come on. Don't worry about this. Solaris Imperatorus. Height, 350 feet on the ground, counting the horn. Length, 3,550 feet. Weight changes rapidly. Overview. Solaris Imperatorus is a form that Totalis Imperatorus will take to expend the excess energy from a star he has consumed. Once this form is achieved, he will get rid of the energy as fast as he can, setting his fur on fire, completely engulfing himself in flames, and charging his attacks with fire as well, even going so far as to allow the energy to burn holes in his skin that it may escape faster. This form is incredibly taxing on Totalis' health, as it quite literally kills him from the inside, and he cannot stay in this form for very long. If Solaris does not expend the excess energy fast enough, it will reach criticality and he will explode, releasing the leftover energy in a massive blast. Combat. Despite drawbacks from this form vaporizing Totalis Imperatorus, the Solaris form is absurdly powerful, going so far to be roughly equal with Gaia Daunteris. The Solaris form brings Totalis' effectiveness to new heights, giving him stronger attacks and replacing his simple blinding abilities with devastating blasts of flaming energy. The Solaris form will attempt to expel energy in its attacks by constantly being supercharged and using attacks so powerful they tear his own body apart. Totalis, a little bit of lore on Totalis. Totalis is very sadistic. Very sadistic and an absolute egomaniac. He's like a diet platy, is how I've described his thing. And I could real quick go through Totalis' lore. That would make it easier. Once again, 350 feet tall, abortion. 3.5k feet long, 310,000 tons, and celestial class. Overview. Totalis Imperatorus is an incredibly large celestial that ventures from solar system to solar system. His origins are unknown, but it's likely he originated from the universe before his eventually revitalization, hibernating until Platium Araxis reintroduced energy to the timeline. Due to his murky origin, it's impossible to say if there are more of a species or if he's the last surviving member. Totalis Imperatorus is capable of flight both in and out of the atmosphere. Though he is capable of walking and even surprisingly good at sprinting, he has never been seen to land on the surface of a planet, choosing to levitate above it, coiling around himself. He's the longest known kaiju by far, most of which comes from his tail. Totalis Imperatorus was given his name due to a relationship with prehistoric humans who viewed him as a god. Totalis relished in their praise due to his overinflated ego and allowed them to continue their worship of him until they all perished in a fight between him and Gaia and Floridonterras as collateral damage via stomp from Floridonterras. This event, as well as Totalis' own code, led to their rivalry. So he is a rivalry with Flora and by extension Gaia. Totalis Imperatorus has the most extreme diet in the universe, collecting his nutrients by consuming entire stars at one time. He has a tendency to overeat and will transition to a form to expend the excess energy so he does not explode from attempting to keep the energy inside himself. After he eats, he typically requires a resting period of several decades, if not centuries, to recover from the stress of consuming that much energy, healing the damage it does to his body. That's the Solaris form. Totalis Imperatorus' current goal is to consume the sun, and though he could easily do so now, he has a self-imposed ritual of sterilizing the solar system of the star he is going to consume before he eats it. This is not an act of mercy for the inhabitants, rather a test of his own strength for himself. He has been unable to defeat Gaia Daunteris, thus he has not consumed the sun. However, it is not clear if he will dishonor his own code if he gets too hungry. Totalis Imperatorus is an aggressive kaiju, being extremely cold and sadistic in fights. Despite his drive to stroke his own ego by defeating as much life as he can, he is intelligent and will not enter a fight that he does not think he can win, though those fights are few and far between due to him being on par with Floridonterras as far as combat effectiveness goes. Combat Totalis. So this is just like the whole light thing and stuff. So that's the horn and stuff. So that's lore. That's Totalis' official lore, which I have not posted yet, but Solaris is
free lore.
I'm pretty sure you guys know Gaia. Flora, which shout out to Turb for doing the picture for Flora. Thank you, Mr. Turb. As if it will ever load. This is Flora. You now. Flora being freaking Mahusive. Flora's the endgame generalist. Very, very strong. This is like the strongest thing you'll be able to get in game is Flora. By a pretty good margin.
Isn't Gaia stronger?
You won't be able to grind for Gaia. I'll get into that.
Yeah, I was about to say Gaia is more of a.
Gaia's a brawler. She is in a tier above the end games. That is where where Solaris is. Solaris is a skin for Totalis that you'll actually be able to grind for. He's meant to be a counter to Gaia, is kind of his thing. But the difference is you won't be able to stay alive very long with Solaris. And I'll get into that. Solaris Imperator, secondary bar, solar energy. As this bar fills up, damage is increased. All attacks pull from this bar. When the bar is full, you begin to take damage. You will only be able to kill maybe 5 people before you die. And every time you die, it will, at least in some part, be... This bar right here will at least partly be responsible. The whole kind of point is... this will kill you. You're supposed to be really friggin' strong, but you're only really strong for a little bit. This is a very hard skin to get, by the way. So you will. That also helps with this guy's still a spacer. That helps you to kind of force to attack people because theoretically you could stay alive forever with this thing. You just have to keep doing damage to people. So that forces you to get into fights. Passive Smoldering deals tip damage if a kaiju gets too close, and fire stacks if they hit you. That counts with beams and pulses, by the way. M1's Horn Swing down, Horn Swing up, Tail Whip, so once again, simple M1s. Attack 1, Heat Wave. Solaris starts a fire in his mouth and smelts nothing, but it looks friggin' cool. After a second or two, he fires a large shockwave of heat. That's like a directional blast. Attack 2, Holy Furnace. Solaris wraps his tail around a kaiju and sets them on fire with his tail as he smelts them before throwing them into the air. Attack 3, Incendiary Blast. Solaris charges up a beam for several seconds and fires a beam of fire. That's a continuous beam, by the way. Attack 4, Inflamed God. Solaris' main flares up before he fires a flamethrower from his mouth. That will have a pretty good amount of range. Attack 5, Supernova. Solaris coils up as the fire on his body flares up for several seconds before releasing a massive blast of energy and setting everything on fire in a large area around him. Utility Venting. Removes some solar energy at the cost of stock. Puts Roars on cooldown. So you have your utility
Our main goal is to blow up.
Literally, that's kind of it. I also love that that freaking Totalis is so petty that he would rather actually kill himself than lose a fight. That's the point of the Solaris form. Is like he would actually rather freaking kill himself than lose a fight. This form also in lore scales depending on what he consumes, like the amount of energy. So one of the things that I'm thinking about doing is having a fight between Totalis and Argana, where Argana hits him with a chest blast that destroyed one of Platy's heads, which, by the way, scales to, like, several solar systems destroying. Like, it scales higher than pretty much the supernova of any star. And Totalis just eats this beam, goes Solaris, and starts, like, actually fighting Argana. But he's not gonna win that fight. The only kind of thing that I'm thinking about with that is if Totalis does that and doesn't expend the energy fast enough, he's gonna turn to freaking ash. Like, he won't even have enough time to explode. He'll just turn to ash.
It's like, hey, what's this button do?
There is. Oh yeah, I needed to change the attack for Saki Marichi. I was gonna do that. I was gonna change that to the, like, teleporting grab kind of thing. Don't worry, we'll get into this. Don't worry about it. There's Savage Platy. Where's Flora? I'll do Flora's and Gaia's because I think people might like that. Flora's. Let me clarify. The secondary bar, I'm currently working on redoing. I think what I'm going to do is have them switched So whenever Flora gets hit, this fills, and whenever Gaia does a hit, hers fills. Currently, it's the other way around. But we're going to go through like it's normal and actually accurate. Secondary bar, Guardian's Rage. When Flora Donteras does a successful hit or roar, the bar fills. When above 90%, Call of the Wild Earth is usable. 100% will give a damage buff of 20%. Getting hit will decrease the bar's charge. Passive, massive, constant 25% armor, takes 75% knockback. Status effects are doubled in effectiveness. So you will still be able to get grabbed with Flora, which is kind of crazy, given her metrics. But, you know, that's fine.
Imagine being grabbed as like an 800-foot tall monster.
750 feet tall, 2.5 thousand feet long, and 800,000 tons, and she can get grabbed by a friggin' Dune Maul. Like, anywho.
Oh, Dune Maul's tough. Dune Maul's strong. Dune Maul's strong.
To be fair, Dune Maul's grab is him latching onto you, not the other way around. So.
Nah, bro.
But Colossal Dune Maul will be able to pick her up, even though it's like almost half the size. But you know,
I feel lore-wise, the moment Colossal Dune would pick her up, he just gets flattened.
Yeah, no. Well, Flora's nice. She might be like, hey, she might be like put hand on Colossal Dune Maul's non-existent shoulder and be like, don't do that. You go.
That's enough.
Don't do that. If Gaia would initiate
Gaia, on the other hand,
there would be a crater.
Gaia would make sure that thing doesn't exist.
Yeah, you should go for like a Mechagodzilla or something like that mech that can transform. I've thought there are going to be mechs in the game. I've thought about doing a mechanized kaiju as well. I don't have any idea for it, but I've thought about it. Like a Titan kaiju would be really cool.
Godzilla has evolved.
Fearsome Godzilla has evolved.
Okay, so what?
What, Mal? What's up, man?
What was that? Naked Godzilla has evolved.
Naked Godzilla has evolved. Shut up, Windows.
The fearsome Godzilla.
I don't care. Antler upswing, downwards bite, crush, and throw.
Sounds like you're saying Naked Godzilla has evolved.
Attack
and
one,
guys,
terrestrial. Shut up, Windows. I don't care.
It's water time.
Attack one, terrestrial combo. Flora swings her head right, then up, and finally stabs down with her antlers. I can't do anything here, bro. That's crazy, bro. Attack two. So that's like a brawling. That's like a brawling attack. That and her M1s are kind of a brawling attack. This has changed, by the way. The fourth attack, I'll get to that when I get to that, but that's gonna be changed. Attack 2, force charge. Flora Donteras lowers her head and rushes forward, picking up any kaiju in her way with her antlers and carrying them with her. She finished the attack by slamming them into the ground. Make a copyrighted PNG of Mechagodzilla. Yes, I want to get booty touched by Toho. Attack 3, territory establishment. Flora swings her tail in a full 180 arc, then slams it down. That's like a freaking distancing attack. Her tail's like 1,500 feet long. It's most of her body length. Attack 4, Titanic Subjugation. Flora bites down on a kaiju, grabs them, rearing up with them in her mouth, slamming her head down before she runs them to the ground. That's going to be changed. This is going to be changed. In her lore, she secretes one of the most potent acids on the planet. This will be a bite that takes a while to charge up, but that inflicts like a couple seconds of pretty good acid, as well as doing pretty good damage. That will break blocks as well.
Yay!
Attack 5, Tectonic Shift. Flora raises up her foot and stomps incredibly hard, breaking her enemy's screen and stunning them for several seconds in a massive range. That's basically a pulse, by the way. Like, that's basically a pulse. It will have a hitbox, like, on it that does a lot of damage, but as for the shockwave, that won't do a lot of damage. It will just kind of stun people. And when I say that'll break your screen...
You should also mention about the whole... About where if you're directly under her, it just... No,
that's Gaia. I'll get into that.
Oh yeah, that is Gaia. Never mind.
Utility Call of Wild Earth. That's a mode switch. M1's part 2, head sweep. lunge, claw slice, and head swing. This is like a supercharged Flora, by the way. Fearsome Flora has evolved. Attack 1, enraged combo. Flora swings her head right, then up, stabs down, then lifts the impaled kaiju up and slams them into the ground. Attack 2, bone crushing bite. Flora opens up her mouth wide and slams it shut incredibly hard, causing a mini shockwave. That is 100% a block breaker. Attack 3, concussive impact. Flora pivots around, swinging her tail very fast into a kaiju and hitting them with her thorned club. Attack 4, slam. Vines grow from Flora as she whips them down onto her enemy. Attack 5, brutal execution. This will probably also change. Flora leaps into the air and bites down on a... Flora leaps forward and bites down on a kaiju, crushing them in her jaws, then slams them into the ground and finishes the attack by crushing their head. Once again, that will probably change. This entire second loadout will probably change. Attack 5, brutal execution. Flora leaps forward. Did I already go through that? Yes, I did. Okay, never mind. Utility 2, Nature's Blessing. Vines cover Flora as she rapidly heals. Enough damage must be dealt to break the cocoon. Briac, by the way. Break the cocoon before in order to stop the heal. Only heals up to half. So Flora will actually be grindable. Like, you'll be able to get Flora. But I'm actually very excited for her, man.
Be the destroyer of Colossal Clash.
I thought about doing like Godzilla skins. Flora will probably be Godzilla. Totalis will probably be Destroyer. He doesn't look like Destroyer, but he'll probably be Destroyer. And Saki will be Ghidorah. And then I don't know what Numi will be like. I don't know if I friggin' Hedorah or something. I don't know. But Gaia Donteras. Let me clarify stuff for Gaia Donteras. Gaia is a giveaway skin for Flora. Flora is already going to be super hard to get. Right now, the current thought is you'll at least have to own every endgame and have a max Kaniku. Which Kaniku's not going to be very hard to max. She's like, they're good, and like, they're a late game brawler with a really good loadout. Like, but you'll have to own every endgame. You'll probably have to level every endgame at least a little bit. Maybe even something like a max Totalis as well. But for Gaia, this is a giveaway skin. This is also inaccurate. Don't worry about this. This is a giveaway skin, but to use it, you will have to have a max Flora. And Flora is going to be ridiculous to max. When I say this is above the endgames, I mean this is above the endgames. Solaris will be able to counter the base form of Gaia. He will not be able to do much against the secondary form of Gaia. I don't think y'all are ready for this. This makes me very excited. Secondary bar, Mother Earth's Rage. Keep in mind this is switched, so as she does damage, this bar will fill, which is not what this says. Bar fills as damage is taken, but decreases with time or slightly when damage is dealt. When full Meteoric Fury is usable. Passive Unbreakable, takes no knockback, cannot be slowed, has a 30% armor until Meteoric Fury is active, cannot be grabbed, status effects do 4 times the damage. This will probably be switched to an 8. They'll probably do 8 times the damage, and you will see why very soon. I mean, this already takes no knockback, cannot be slowed, and has a 30% armor, as well as cannot be grabbed. Other than by Quacken. But M1's head swing, swipe, big torso slam. We don't care about those. Let's get into the real stuff. Attack 1, tectonic combo. Swings head right, swings head left, swings head up, stabs down on a kaiju, lifts them up, and slams them. That's really similar to Flora's. Attack 2, Titanic Impact. Gaia Donteras plunges her horns in the ground, then swings her head up, launching a kaiju into the air with her horns. That's this. Let me clarify again. This is a brawler. She is a brawler. She's going to be freaking slow, but you don't want to get hit by more than 1 melee from her. Attack 3, Thagomizer Swing. After a wind-up, Gaia Donteras swipes her tail around, impaling any kaijus in the way and bringing them to her head. Think like Ultima's tail swipe from KA. Attack 4, Molten Subjugation. Gyrodontaris bites down on a kaiju, lifting them into the air as she crushes them in her mouth, then swings her head in the ground, stepping forward and crushing them under her weight. She vomits magma onto them, leaves a large pool of lava behind for several seconds that gives burn just chip damage. Ugh. Attack 5, Molten Blast. This is probably going to be changed. Gyrodontaris collects magma in her mouth and fires it in the form of a medium-range beam that does high damage and gives burn. Leaves magma behind where the beam ends. Uses Mother Earth's Rage. This will probably be changed, as I said. Utility 1, a Shaking Roar. Gyrodontaris lets out a long roar that shakes the earth, stunning kaijus and slowing flyers as she is able to walk. So this is a distance closing attack. If someone's trying to run away, you can use this and stun them for a while as you're able to walk. But you might as well not move because your walk doesn't do anything. Utility 2, Meteoric Fury. Usable when Mother Earth's Rage is full. Removes passive armor, but does a small chance to give burn when hit. Chance decreases as the secondary bar goes down. Each hit on Gaia during this will deplete the secondary bar faster. Switches her stance to quadruped. Let me clarify. She fights like freaking Platy here, which, if that doesn't scare you, it should. M1's Bite, Head Swing, Slam. Once again, let's get into the real stuff. Attack 1, Mighty Slam. Gyrodontaris rears up and slams down, creating several spires in the radius. Attack, and the spires will stop kaijus, by the way. They will stop... These will be harder for some kaijus to get out of than others, because they are small spires, but... This will suck if you get hit by this, because you might be stuck next to her for a bit. Attack 2, Titanic Spire. Gyrodontaris plunges her horns in the ground, then pries them back, pushing a large spire from the earth that launches kaijus. That's like the only kind of ranging attack she has. Attack other than the tail, I guess. Attack 3, Range Summon. Gyrodontaris slams her tail into the ground, then sweeps it forward, summoning spires while she does. Those will start small and then get longer as she does that tail swipe. So she will make a wall of mountains, basically. Attack 4, Magma Maul. Gyrodontaris lunges forward, biting onto a kaiju and slams them into the ground, then pushes them into the earth and crushes them with her mouth, finishing the attack by swiping them away with her horns. Simple melee. And this is the big one. Attack 5, Meteoric Impact. Gyrodontaris roars and readies a stomp. Let me clarify. This attack will take like 15 seconds, but you won't be able to stun her. This is an attack that you won't be able to stop once it starts, so you better run. Gyrodontaris roars and readies a stomp, which forms an arena of spires that trap any kaiju inside. If a kaiju is under her when she stomps, it instantly kills them. Otherwise, she sends them flying into the spires and they are stunned. If you get insta-killed by this attack, you deserved it. That is how it is. Like I said, she will give you like 15 seconds of warning. Like, you can complain about it, but if you tell me to nerf it because you got insta-killed, I'm just gonna laugh at you. Because it's gonna be so easy to see coming. It's a freaking lizard the size of a country screaming as it readies a stomp. Like, it's gonna be so easy to notice. Deafening Bellow. Gyrodontaris lets out a bellow that grounds any flying kaijus and gives slowness in a large radius. So, flyers are like the only thing that could escape from this. Not anymore. Attack Utility 2, Armor Reforged. Gyrodontaris closes the gaps in her armor, making her attacks slower, but giving her a 10% armor and making her attacks unstunnable. And by slower, I mean like half the speed, and you will be able to block in the middle of some of her attacks. Like actually. So yes, that is Gaia's. Mod logs don't care. What else was there? That's development. We need teasers. Oh, Platy.
Just the instant
Platy. Oh. I got so... My pants just got way tighter.
Platy.
There was... Platyamaraxis. For those of you who don't know, this is my Daiju. This is mine. Passive. Passive. It's Platy. That's the passive. That's the passive. Is it's Platy.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Mode 1, brawling mode. Mode 2, distancing mode. Mode 3, yeah. Which there's also some changes on this that I haven't applied yet, but M1's bite lunge, so kind of a lunge forward with the whatever. Swipe with claws, headbutt swing without the wings, wing slam with the wings. So that's like, you know, he swings all three of his heads and hits someone away, or with the wings, he brings his wing over and shoves him into the ground like they're in whack-a-mole. Attack 1, bipedal stance, switches Platy to a bipedal stance. That will also do, like, he'll, like, stomp or whatever. That'll actually have a hitbox to it. Attack 2...
That's so cool, bro.
Attack 2's total subjugation. Platyamaraxis floats into the air, charging energy in his hand before slamming it into the ground, pushing any kaiju nearby into the ground slightly. That's like a gravity pulse. He just shoves people into the ground, basically. Attack 3, vicious mastication. Platy grabs a kaiju with his mouths before throwing them through a portal, sending them through another as they crash down in front of him. He then finishes the attack by mauling them with his heads. Attack 4, insatiable ire. Platyamaraxis lunges forward very far, tackling any kaiju in his way before shredding them with his claws. Attack 5, the Grand Slam. My favorite moment to make fun of Flora in lore. Platy roars in rage as he sheaths his tail in Element 119. He flings his tail into the air and then slams it down. If a kaiju is below the impact, they get immediately killed and their model breaks apart and explodes. If they are close by to the impact, the shockwave from it sends them flying. Every one of Platy's loadouts has a insta-kill attack. This is the insta-kill for this one. And, dear God, what an insta-kill. Utility 1, wings, that just gives him his wings. And literally that only changes this attack. It might change some of the mauls, but I don't think so. Utility 2, flight, obvious. Mode 2, this is his bipedal stance. M1's slap, tail point whip, and a super kick. That'll just rears up and kicks someone. Attack 1, sorcery mode, switches to sorcery mode. Attack 2, unequaled malice. Platyamaraxis swipes his tail forward, clattering any kaiju too close to him across his spiked tail plating into his tail blade. He then levitates into the sky, pulling them up before doing a front flip and flinging them into the ground, finishing the attack by landing on them. I'm so excited for this attack, because if there's a kaiju too close to Platy, you'll just hear clang, 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 clang as they rattle across the tail armor into the tail blade. Just down the tail. That's going to be such a fun attack to use. Attack 3, consuming egomania. Platyamaraxis crouches down before flying forward very fast, grabbing any kaiju in his mouths before passing them to his hand and crushing them. He finishes the attack by slamming them into the ground. So that, once again, that's another kind of spacer attack. Attack 4, Channeled Ray of Atrophy. Platyamaraxis charges his Element 119 beams, pushes people back extremely fast. That was kind of the way that I made it of, how do I do an Element 119 beam without just immediately killing someone? So that will, like, that's like, there's a kaiju next to Platy, he does the beams on them, and they get sent. Like, they, not quite like Mr. Goon knockback, but not too far off. Attack 5, Unmatched Hatred. Platyamaraxis screams in anger before flinging himself forward, tackling any kaiju in his way before picking them up, lifting them over his head and tearing them in half. Immediately kills the kaiju. Duh. Utility 1, wings. Don't change anything just for aura. Utility 2, flight. Mode 3, this is also been changed, I think I said earlier. All of this is lightning. Whenever he switches to this, he'll, like, kind of go up and do a lightning kind of pulse thing. M1's micro pulse, just a really short range pulse. Second one's a leaping punch, so he'll like jump into the air, flying forward, and then punch down. And then third one is an element 119 blade swing, so he'll float up into the air and do a swing with his blade. I'm not gonna get into the flight mode, by the way. I don't know if I'm gonna add it. Attack 1, mode switch. Yeah, sure. Attack 2, unbridled rage. Platyamaraxis screams, pushes people back. Like I said, this will probably all be lightning. With lightning, crackles with electricity before scream. During scream, lightning arcs out in a huge radius. Attack 3, explosive shockwave. This is the only reason this loadout exists, is this attack right here. Platyamaraxis charges energy in his hand, lunging forward into a punch that fires a massive shockwave, with lightning freaking awesome lightning charge up and punch. It doesn't change the attack at all. For kind of an idea of what this is, Satchiel's punch from KA, just way freaking larger. Attack 4, complete domination. Platyamaraxis Platyamaraxis uses his telekinesis to levitate a kaiju, crush them, then force them into the ground. With lightning, once picked up, Platy basically tases them with lightning when he crushes them, then slams them into the ground when lightning strikes. Attack 5, absolute annihilation. Platyamaraxis charges up a massive pulse of element 119. This will make Zaratos' pulse look small. That's a big friggin' pulse. With electricity crackles around him, stunning kaijus in a large radius, because we needed it to be stronger. And then utility electricity. And then we're not gonna get into the flight. That's Platy. What else? Platy. I love Platy, man. Platyamaraxis, my beloved. Maul, did you have anything to add? I guess I'll bring this to the other developers. I've kind of been yapping for a while. Okay, cool. Do we go to Vantage?
Chip.
I mean, I don't really care.
Okay.
Chip.
Poke, do you have anything to add as well? Hi, why is Ziggy able to talk here? Organa.
It's water time.
I don't even remember Organa's loadout, so this will surprise me as much as it will the viewers. I could get into Igoricon as well. Organa, passive beast of the crescent moon. Upon being stunned, Organa halves the duration of the sun, but suffers severe slowing afterwards. Poke went the exact opposite of me for my Daiju. Platy is meant to be unkillable. Organa will still be unkillable, but like almost fair. Not really. And one slash, punch, tail whip. Yes, he does hold a single sword in his loadout. Attack 1, Organa dashes forward, slices twice, tail whips, kicks, and uppercuts the enemy into the air. Maul, good luck with that one. Attack 2, Organa dashes forward and does a roundhouse kick, doing large knockback. Attack 3, Organa leaps back and fires cannonballs at the ground, which explode on contact. Attack 4, Organa dashes forward. Damn, he does this a lot, and grabs the enemy, runs them through the ground, and throws them. Attack 5, Organa leaps at the enemy, pins them to the ground, and starts beating the shit out of them. Utility 1, Organa bolts forward at full speed before slowing down a bit, but not slow enough to actually matter because, like, he's fast. Think like Saitama fast for this guy. Organa is like an anime protagonist. Attack 2, magic mode, 2 swords now, yay. M1 slash stab. Attack 1, Organa binds his swords to some chains and slashes them twice, then slams one of them downward, quite a lot of range. Literally freaking chain blades, bro. I'm actually super excited for that attack. Attack 2, Organa binds his swords to some chains and throws them forward, then pulls himself to where they land. Attack 3, Organa's chest glows red for a bit before flames erupt from his body in a large cone. No, that was Attack 3. Attack 4, Organa pulls out some kind of gun and starts shooting. Not sure which would look coolest yet. Attack 5, Argana curls up and starts absorbing energy before his entire body glows red. Wings shoot out from his back and he fires a giant beam from his body. After a couple seconds, it blows up. That's the beam that he hit Platy with as well. Attack 1, Argana. I'm not sure if I'm going to add Utility 1. Argana gets on a motorcycle and drives very quickly. Anyone hit gets flung to the side but does not take too much damage. Literally freaking Wario side smash, bro. Utility 2, melee mode. Alternative attack 5, which I think would be funny. Argana does the same point-up thing.
Did he bring out a motorcycle?
He can conjure things, right? So, like...
Okay.
So, Argana... So... A little bit of lore, I guess. Purgos Magi, which is Argana's species, have conjuring abilities. Whenever Platy gave him the Crescent Moon Crystal, which most of them don't have, that's basically an infinite energy glitch. So, Argana has a lot of conjuring potential because he doesn't have energy limits. He doesn't have to worry about that. So, he can do basically whatever he wants conjuring-wise. That's in stark contrast with Igoricon, who, because of what Platy did, can only conjure fire. But like most of the species, think like Green Lantern type conjuring, like straight up just materialize stuff, which is really cool actually. But Argana mainly uses it for swords, which is funny because he's passive, but. What I could get into Agoricon. I'm scared to check that DM from DJ. I'm not doing that on stream. I know him too well to check that DM on stream. Oh, it's something that I actually... Hold on. Okay, Derb, look at stream.
What? Oh my goodness. What the freak?
That was before I asked you to make the friggin' you make that a sticker, you douchebag. That was before I asked you to make. That was before I asked you to do this. The Flora cry emoji, which I actually really freaking love. Let me go into Turb's DM so I can share this wonderful thing. Look at this creature, bro. Isn't this great, dude? Well, yeah, Turb has been doing a lot of... Shout out to Turb, by the way, for actually putting up with my garbage. I'm like... What did you send me, Turb? This... Oh, it's the Yippee Flora. Yippee! Friggin' Flora, bro. Look at this Flora concept. I still friggin' love this thing. My Discord on my laptop is absolutely butchering the quality, but like... Bro, look at her. Look at her. Look at this friggin' thing. Look at this thing, bro. Look how cool the friggin' magic effect looks. I actually really do like the cloud of magic. Shout out to my GURP, by the way, for actually gliding up with my glurple. Yep, that's what I was saying.
Blurple.
I mean, I was gonna still do on the dev chat. I don't want to get into that. What else is there? I could talk about events, I guess. Oh, there's Saki. This is a concept for Saki, also obviously made by... Come on, Discord, don't be like that. Obviously made by Turb. This is the concept for Saki. I'm gonna change a little bit of it, but I do really like this. I really like that he actually has armor on, because currently I think the way he's gonna eat is by gathering gas from nebulas, taking it away from the nebula, and then spitting it out around him and blowing it up on himself, and just eating that. Literally, he just freaking blows himself up to eat. What's on the fridge?
Tasty nebula soup.
So I did get his loadout done as well. We have my Gorkon, DJ Toenail, Gaia, which needs redone. My Platy Amaraxis, man. Platy Amaraxis, bro. Look at him. Look at Platy. Look at this man. Look at him. Look at him. Even without the wings, he looks good. Old conglomeration stuff, Delgaro. Most of this is my stuff, which means it sucks. Oh, yeah. I could actually get into... Don't worry about this. I'll announce what that is later. I can actually get into the size chart now as well. And go through some of the concepts. This! No! Not that. Hold on. This is the current size chart that we're going off of. I've probably showed you guys this. This is Totalis. This is the long boy. This is Gaia, who I thought was green, but is apparently orange. We have in-game Platy. Or, sorry, this is Flora. This isn't Gaia. Matarak, Dunmal down here, Delgaro, Quacken, which I will talk about, Tarnagarak, and the mean one, and Fikari, and Glurp. We have Lyteria, which is, this is the concept. Which I love Lyteria. Very excited for that. Obviously, Moth Kaiju. Mortal Axis, which is a giant gator that Poke made. We have Frosty and Frigid, which I need to actually do a design for that as well. Flora, Gaia's design. Heydal Donterra's Conglomeration, B42 Reaper, Fikuri, which I think I talked about, but I love her design. Turb's doing that next. I just need to do the actual body. This is a in-concept thing. Avarian, which I need to actually do a better one as well. These are a concept for the menu icons. So, like, if you play Monster Hunter, you might kind of notice a similarity here. That's a reference to Monster Hunter. I do like the Platy one, of course, because I love Platy. We're not going to think about this. This sucks. This is good. This is good. This is Quacken. For some reason, Maul didn't want me to talk about Quacken until now. So now I get to talk. Now I get to talk about Quacken.
Very defensive about his child.
Quacken is, she big. There's 3 Quackens in lore. Obviously, this is Dune Maul down here, so that gives. I mean, he's like 100 feet. About 550, 600 feet. So she freaking huge. This is Abyssal Quacken, so she's the big one. You can't tell. Her entire neck splits apart into a writhing mass of tentacles. And the tentacles will definitely be longer than this, don't worry. But she is going to be a giveaway kaiju. We'll probably do a giveaway for her pretty often. Definitely on April Fool's, because she was originally going to be an April Fool's kaiju. But she's going to be very cool, and I will get into her moveset. Hynodin, Tyravel. The first Koniku, which sucks. Oh yeah, there's a comparison of lore-accurate Platy. I'll let you guess who's down here. Spoiler alert, it's freaking Flora. Which, you know, makes bro a little bit, you know, a little bit big. He has a head that's about 2,000 feet long. Delgaro, which kind of sucks. Turb, I'll redo that and have you actually do a concept for him here soon as well. We're not gonna
like him, like the him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. And then Colossal Dune Maul, which I did that one on stream. I forgot how much more armor I added for this guy. The Gaia, which I'm going to do another Gaia before you start working on one as well, Turb. So don't worry about that yet. Igoricon, you saw me do that. Don't worry about this stuff, by the way. This is scrapped for now. But I might do something similar. Poke, what are you saying? Oh, that was Turb doing the sad Gaia or Flora. Typing in general.
Would the angry emote just be Gaia?
We should, bro. Turb, are you totally down for doing an angry version of the hamster with Gaia?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Angry hamster.
Angry hamster Gaia.
Yeah, DJ just discovered the freaking Flora cry emoji. And he's like, "What? These are goated, bro." How spell courtesy? Courtesy. That's not it. Courtesy. Oh, that's not it either. There we go. Thank you, autocorrect. Courtesy of Turb, my friend. Hamster. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good noise. Let's keep making that noise. This is dev chat. I probably shouldn't leak that one. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leak this. Dev stream Q&A, whatever. At Mall, you making it? Yeah, just gonna shit real quick. That's the official concept. Or that's the official dev channel, by the way.
Jesus.
Just gotta shit real quick. There's also, he wanted to name a kaiju fart balls. That's lore. I put that in quotes because that was funny. Fart balls. You know what? If I could name Vantage that in game, I can't wait to have that on freaking leaderboard. Moloch, like, I don't know, 60,000 kills. A booty jillion amount of credits. Kaiju fart balls, and it's just freaking Vantage. Yes, that would be really funny.
That would be very funny.
Vantage, I would love to show a concept of Vantage, but Maul still won't do a freaking concept. That's right, I'm calling you out, gamer.
It's not that I don't want to, or that I can't.
Will someone explain to me what a double is DJ taking the massive turd right now? He told me to make the freaking the sad Flora transparent, and I was like, okay, go do it. And he responds, I'm taking a double flusher right now.
Just like me, man.
Just like me, for real. Oh.
Double flusher?
Double flusher is such a good term. Hey, Cheese, make Goonzilla be copyright. What the hell is Goonzilla? I could get into Igoricon. I might actually get into Igoricon's lore. Stop it, DJ. He made it. He did it. He just noticed that I'm streaming. Sad Flora. Just noticed that I'm streaming. Say hi to YouTube. YouTube.
Uh-oh.
YouTube. Mr. Double Flusher. Anywho. I'm taking a double flusher in quotes. That's happening. I'm taking a double flusher right now.
I don't want Vantage to be named Fart Balls, to be honest. I want a kaiju named Fart Balls. I want to be Fart Balls.
It would be really funny if Vantage was named Fart Balls, though. Just think about the comedy of it. I'm totally not doing that to Platty, but, like, that would be really funny.
I'm not doing it to Platty because I don't think it...
I'm still debating adding adding the pink platy skin. I want to.
I keep forgetting that's a
Just
thing.
pink platy. Well, it might be a thing. I don't know. Turb, make it or something. I don't know. Just give Bro a to-do list. How quickly and easily can you recolor the platy art that you did?
I could probably do it right now, actually.
Yeah, I'd like that. I just want to see, like Pepto-Bismol, like GTA Races Stolen Jokes car pink. You know what I'm talking about? Like Pepto-Bismol pink. Maybe not that. Maybe like actually like cool pink, but a little bit Pepto-Bismol.
Platy would be fire.
Barbie girl platy.
Why is this what we're discussing?
Pink platy, bro. I'm gonna read Igorokon's lore from going from bright pink platy to Igorokon's lore. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. It didn't work. I can't disconnect. Can I ban you? Oh, it did work.
Balls.
It's freaking kids. Just kick ball for voice mod. Yeah, I'm gonna go through Igorokon's lore real quick. Hi, Maul.
What's that for?
Because no voice mod, man. He should totally have an Iron Golem skin. Height 850 feet, weight 1 million tons. He doesn't get a length because he's a guy.
He's a dude.
Length 7 inches. Terrible personality. Origin. Platyamaraxis had watched Argana for several eons, from the conception of his tower to his eventual death by the hands of Mecha Argana. As Platyamaraxis floated in space, looking at Argana's corpse, a single horrible thought came to mind. In inspiration of sadistic Schadenfreude, Platyamaraxis repaired Argana's crystal, giving him life once more before immediately going into another timeline. The timeline that was the birthplace of every Pyrgos Magi, Argana's species. The dimension was entirely composed of dark towers reaching up to empty expanse. Platyamaraxis knew that these towers fed off magic due to his experience with Argana. Though instead of waiting centuries for a tower to grow, Platyamaraxis force-fed it a tidal wave of magic, completely flooding it with power as it cracked and stretched at an alarming speed. Eventually it had reached maturity, and a portal, the fruit of the tower, was formed. The sheer magnitude... Huh? You're interrupting the lore of this tortured, I have no mouth and I must scream creature. The sheer magnitude of the magic was too much for the tower, however, and the surface cracked and eventually exploded, forcing out a half-formed Pyrgos Magi without a vessel. Sustained only by the will of Platyamaraxis, it struggled simply to survive. Platyamaraxis took the malformed creature and brought it to the crown of the gods, giving it its own vessel. The newly formed Pyrgos Magi, temporarily named Igor by Platyamaraxis, showed incredible hostility. Unlike Argana, it fought with ferocity as Platyamaraxis sent it to planets, watching as it tore through every living thing with complete ire. Eventually, Igor made its fatal mistake of attacking Platyamaraxis, who immediately took the aggression as an unforgivable act of rebellion. He shattered Igor's vessel and began experimentation into a field Platyamaraxis never had before, using his control over magic to veto a being's very own free will. The concept at first seemed cowardly to Platyamaraxis, even too far removed from any shred of compassion one might find in him. Though Platyamaraxis pressed on, torturing Igor through horrible experiment after horrible experiment. For years, Igor was held in agony as each inspiration of curiosity from Platyamaraxis spelled even more pain for Igor. After years of unrelenting misery, Igor's mind broke under the weight of the torture. Now no longer useful to Platyamaraxis, Igor was given a new form named Igorokon and discarded, being thrown out into space. Towering over almost all life, a once hyper-intelligent creature was now reduced to little more than a biomechanical machine, forced to be a passenger in his own body. So that is the lore, that's the origin of Igorokon, which is...
Damn!
Yeah, no, it's friggin' dark, but I love it. Overview. Igorokon is a massive celestial, towering at an estimated 850 feet tall. It is highly intelligent despite its robotic nature, still retaining its intellect from its pre-experimented life. Despite this reflection of a high intelligence, it appears almost absent from its own mind, aimlessly wandering the universe in an endless cycle. Igoricon travels from planet to planet and simply exists there for several days before taking off and venturing to another. The cycle is only momentarily broken if it is attacked during its mindless adventure, in which case its extremely aggressive personality will momentarily take control of its body once more, completely sterilizing the planet before it is forced back down and reduced to being a passenger in its own body. Platyamaraxis finds the cycle incredibly entertaining and routinely watches Igoricon, continuing his research into how removing free will from autonomous beings affects them. Simply put, Igoricon, though generally docile, is seen by many as a herald of the end, likely in no small part due to its hellish abilities and raw strength. Its most notable attribute is its incredible size, coming in at an aforementioned 850 feet tall and weighing in at approximately 1 million tons. Igoricon is no small creature. With its astronomical size comes extremely damaging melee attacks, though simple brute strength is the least threatening thing about Igoricon. Similar to every Pyrgos Magi, Igoricon possesses conjuring abilities, though they were heavily reduced from their original potency, now only being able to cast incredibly powerful pyromancy rather than complete conjuring of whatever the mind of Pyrgos Magi can dream of. The ability to cast incredibly powerful spouts of fire is not to be trifled with, however, as they stem from a deep-seated burning hatred for its creator, unable to act on it due to being a captor in its own body. The most devastating part of Igoricon's arsenal, however, is its ordnance. In an unmodified form, it boasts powerful suction abilities used to force fights between things that might try to run. When combined with its incredible melee prowess, there is very little that would survive a full onslaught from Igoricon. It is able to use this suction ability, to collect debris from the planets Igoricon encounters and smelt them into what might be described best as a cannonball, firing them from its arms and legs at will. Most devastating of all is its essence of volatile detonation, a beam fired from the chest of Igoricon. The ray is a pure blast of focused energy, already deadly in its own right, though if any unlucky soul would be hit continuously, the energy would compound until it reached criticality, detonating in a massive explosion and undoubtedly vaporizing anything remotely close by. The entire arsenal is made even more deadly when combining with Igoricon's pyromancy with other attacks, executing devastating stomps that emit flaming shockwaves, ejecting pulses of fire, and using its flaming artifact as a crystal for a devastating beam of flames, spouting pillars of fire from its body, and even going so far as to set itself ablaze should its anger reach a tipping point. I freaking love Igoricon. Turb, did you send me pink platy, by the way? I'll take that as a yes. Yo, pink. Pink platy. Brighter, sir. Brighter. Brighter pink. Because honestly, if you showed me that, I wouldn't even know it's pink because I'm freaking colorblind. Brighter. Pepto-Bismol. I really like the lore for Igoricon. What else? Oh yeah, that's the cure for death. Oh no, man. This stream was just kind of me yapping. So I guess I was expecting more people to actually have questions about the game, but I guess I'll stop the stream here. So I thank you all